challenges arise. Breathe and simply say, return to love, to peace of mind. Return to love, to the ease inside. Turn and return to love. Turn and return to love. Be present and trust. Welcome to the here and now. Pause if you must. Everything will work somehow. Each moment is a gift. Expect good and allow. Return to love and to your peace of mind. Return to love and to the ease inside. Turn and return to love. Turn and return to love. Return to love, to peace of mind. Return to love, to the ease inside. Turn and return to love. Turn and return to love. Return to love. Happy Sunday.
Thank you so much. Such a beautiful voice. Rhonda Denet, everybody. Awesome. Welcome to Centers for Spiritual Living in Morristown, New Jersey. My name is Theo Tilton. I'm a licensed practitioner here at Centers for Spiritual Living Morristown. And welcome to this Sunday service. It is Sunday, June 6, 2021. What a beautiful day. And today's artist is Rhonda Denet. Beautiful. And very soon, shortly, I'll be doing a guided meditation. Before that, I'd like to welcome you, whether you're here live or whether you are live with us, live streaming online via Facebook or YouTube. It is a beautiful thing to be able to be anywhere at any time and catch a hold of us and hear the message that is to be spoken, and then you get to just listen and absorb what Spirit has in store for you. And if you're here for the first time, there's no coincidence, right? You stumbled upon this channel, this space right here, right now. So let's just be present to what is here. What is needed and wanted will come through. So thank you. If you feel moved by the end of this service today, you may feel moved to support and give and donate. It's a beautiful thing to support this community. It helps us put all this stuff on, keep the lights on, keep the streams going, and keep everybody here in the audience. And you can do that by going to cslmorristown.org/give, or you can simply send a text message and set up an account with the text message giving service at 973-834-6840. And you set that up, and it's such a fun, interactive way. You send a message, and it'll ping it back, and how much do you want to give? It's really cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And let's see. If you are online and you are interacting with each other, you may see these little icons on the bottom, little hearts and thumbs up and smiley faces. And use those, click them, and have fun. Whenever you hear something that you like, give it a thumbs up. And if you can also use the chat box and interact and send us questions or things, thoughts that you're having. And somebody here, whether it be a licensed practitioner like myself or Reverend Frankie, we read those comments and we love responding back to you. So just know that you always are going to be interacted with, and any new thought or idea that you have or concern or question, we're going to look at, all right, and respond. So let's dive deep. So right now, I'm going to bring us through a meditation. But before I do that, I want to read a quote from Ernest Holmes in today's Science of Mind magazine. It is for June 6th. The final paragraph in this beautiful magazine. If you don't know this magazine, it's available. You can get it online. You can get it here at our bookstore. You can get it in multiple places. It's even available, I believe, in Barnes & Noble. Ernest Holmes says, he encourages us to feel as though we're on a mission that glorifies the soul. We honor the soul each time we visit thoughts that take us beyond the appearance of what we see. Thoughts painted with vibrant, infinite good. Thoughts that partner with our intuition, with our uniqueness, and a trust in our renewable ability to bring contributions to the world. Now, if we let that sink in, sometimes something comes up. And so let's close our eyes and go on a beautiful little journey together. There is a mission, there is a purpose, there is a thing in this thing called life that just wants to be born through us. And something sometimes stops us. Whether it be a feeling of darkness or pain or panic, unease. So just for a moment, I want you to look at your life's experience. And it could be that today, just today, there might be an experience that's got you stopped. Whether something happened in the world of condition, a conversation, a relationship, a financial problem, it doesn't matter what it is. I want you to look, whether it's something that has happened right now, in today's moment, or from the past, that still has some kind of blockage, some kind of fear, some kind of trepidation or panic around. You don't even want to look at it anymore. It's over. I want to push it behind me. I'm done with that. And yet there might be this feeling that it keeps coming back. What is that? Just gently. Not with judgment, not with fear, not with panic, but just gently look at it. What is it? Is there pain associated with it? Or maybe is there just an unknowingness about it? A confusion? Haven't quite figured it out. Once you have identified what it is, I want you now to shift your focus to what you think your vision or your dream life, what it is that you've been here to brought to. And if you don't know what that is yet, that's okay. But there might be a grander idea of what you want to experience in life. And yet, this pain point still exists. So ask yourself this question. how is this pain point actually in alignment with my highest, greatest vision of myself? Now you might look at it and say, oh, it's completely opposite. But it's there for a reason. Why is it there? Why did it happen? Why is it occurring? Again, just look at it gently and playfully and with curiosity. Now ask yourself this question. What can I do in alignment with the lesson that I'm learning from this pain experience? From this thing I don't want to look at. It's here to teach me something. What can I do in alignment with the lesson that it's trying to teach me? Maybe it's to just pick up the phone and have that conversation that you don't want to have. Just look. The secret to this is to have no judgment and to be playful, knowing that life is always going to give you something. And it's always, I'll repeat, always, moving you into the direction of your highest and greatest yet to be. And if it feels like it's not, it's simply because you have not learned the lesson yet. So think about right now, what action are you going to take in the direction of the lesson and in the direction of your highest good? Thank you. And so it is.
Stepped into the shadow, welcome the night, embrace the darkness to reveal the light. No panic, just breathe, no static, just ease, illuminate the truth that lives inside of you. Illuminate the truth, let the light break through. Look deep into the darkness so that you can see. Reveal the reflection of inner beauty. No panic, just breathe. No static, just ease. Illuminate the truth that lives inside of you. Illuminate the truth, let the light break through. There is a light that shines through every soul. Heal the darkness and you will be made whole. No panic, just breathe. No static, just ease. Illuminate the truth that lives inside of you. Illuminate the truth. Let the light break through. Yeah. Illuminate the truth. It lives inside of you. Let the light break through. Illuminate the truth.
Yes, yes, Rhonda, illuminate the truth. Am I on? Am I on?
Not on back there, maybe.
So this is right attached to my underwear. So excuse me one moment.
Yes, you're on. She's on now.
I know it wasn't on. Don't look, Michael. These are made for guys. They're not made for women. I'm not very shy, but I will not reveal my underwear to anyone in public like that. So good morning. That was so wonderful, Rhonda, to have you here and sing your own personal music so we don't get thrown off of YouTube. It's all her music. And Theo, what a beautiful opening meditation. What a great way to start. So we are in a new month, and it's part of the whole vision for the whole year, which is Timeless Wisdom, Evolutionary Vision. And for June, we slip into a theme of the soul's call. And so the topic today is a box full of darkness. And it comes from a poem by Mary Oliver that I had never heard before. And it's in the Science Mind magazine at the beginning of the weekly guides. It says, "Someone I loved once gave me a box full of darkness. It took me years to understand that this too was a gift. Someone I loved once gave me a box full of darkness. It took me years to understand that this too was a gift." I think if I would put the question out there, what your boxes of darkness have been, or maybe you just had one, you would have an answer. The answer would be whatever you have struggled with, whatever has challenged you, whatever tends to weigh heavy on your heart, whatever you're moving through maybe right now that is something you might be struggling with. It's part of our human nature. It's part of our human experience. We are given boxes of darkness so that we can come to understand ourselves, our fellow human beings, and life. So that as a soul we can evolve and grow and learn a few things in this earth school. Many years ago, my teacher used to say something so often that I bought him the t-shirt. It said, "I'm in this earth school to learn things so I don't die dumb." And I love that. So to me, just here and now, we have experienced a box full of darkness. I think this whole year of COVID, and now all of a sudden everything seems to be fine, but it isn't really, because the world is still challenged beyond this space that we inhabit, right? Is that we've all experienced to some degree or other a box full of darkness. Some of you maybe thought it was somebody else's box. Some of you maybe thought the box that you were given had nothing at all to do with you. But of course, we don't believe in separation that way. that what we experience is directly connected to our own consciousness. When we think the box full of darkness is out there, it's really just what's trying to get our attention in here, because it's a reflection. And so I love what Sonia Renee Taylor says in the Science of Mind magazine. There's an interview with her in there, and she is an activist, an author, a poet. Her book is called "The Body is Not an Apology." And the subtitle is "The Power of Radical Self-Love." We've all been given a body that houses our soul, even though our soul is beyond the body. And so this body temple is the vehicle that houses our soul. If we do not love the body we come in, we will be given boxes of darkness. And that's not just for the body that we inhabit, but it's the body of life itself, the body of the earth, the body of the planet, the body of the world. And I love this quote, I've loved it since last year. She said, "We will not go back to normal." Many of us heard that, right? We want to go back to normal. We want to go back to normal. And then others say, well, it's a new normal. It's a new normal. She says, we will not go back to normal. Normal never was. It never was normal. Isn't that interesting in itself? What we thought was normal really wasn't normal for the all. She says, our pre-corona existence was not normal other than we normalized greed, we normalized inequity, we normalized exhaustion, we normalized depletion, we normalized extraction. We should not long to return, my friends. We are being given the opportunity to stitch a new garment. One that fits all of humanity and nature. We are being given the opportunity to stitch a new garment. I am so excited about that. I am so excited that I am alive now and not in the last century, or the next one for that matter. Because you and I are the ones that are called to participate in the stitching of the new garment. And so we're invited to really look at ourselves in a new way, in a different way. We are really asked to embrace suffering in a new and different way. And in that, we are several steps ahead. Because when we have a spiritual foundation, it is much easier, much more powerful, and much more a contribution to all of humanity. It means that we have to remember that we are not just an ego or a body, that we are a soul. And not that we have a soul. We are a soul. We are a spiritual being having a human experience. We tend to flip that one because we forget, right? And to let our soul, our spirit nature lead, that means that we have to give that time. We have to give that communion between our self and our higher self, time and space. The central thing that I believe and I've talked about over and over again is in the predicament that we've arrived in the world is because we have forgotten that soul. We have forgotten that life is sacred. And so that's what we come back to remembering, because life is about forgetting, remembering, forgetting, remembering. And the more we practice, the more the less we forget and the less time there is between the forgetting. And you already know this. And so what is called for is radical self-love. Because the pickle we're in is because of hate. And hate begins with self-hate. And that is uncomfortable, so we deny it and we say it isn't there, but it shows up in all kinds of strange ways. And so the invitation really is radical love. And I can ask myself the question, where am I not in radical love? And probably just like you, I have a list, if I get honest with myself, right? And so that is the opportunity for healing, because that's all it is. It just wants to be healed. That is truth revealed. And that means that we have to look at it in a different way. We have to look at it through the eyes of love, which is not always easy, because when we're struggling, it's hard for us to look through the eyes of love, because we tend to look through the eyes of fear, the eyes of finding a solution, the eyes of fixing, the eyes of finding ways to feel more at ease, the eyes of avoidance. It's Carl Jung who said, who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. And so we are simply here to awaken to our divine nature, our essential nature, which only knows love, which only knows freedom, which doesn't need or look for healing or fixing or changing. It simply is. And so the soul is calling, not just individually, but collectively, because they're not separate. There's only soul, there's only one spirit. It's individualized by means of all of us, and we can clearly see those who are more disconnected than those who aren't. And that's where our contribution lies, by being an example, right? And so the box of darkness holds a gift for you. I love the examples that Theo gave. Just when do you carry a box of darkness? Or when do you receive a box of darkness? And what do you do with that? Is it when you're tired? I mean, not just tired like after a workout, but just tired of life stuff. Tired of the same issues, the same problem, the same complaint that you hear yourself voice. Have you hit a wall? Do you ever hit a wall where you just feel that you're stuck? You can't move beyond. Something in you wants to change, but it just isn't changing. Maybe there is disease. I know for myself that dis-ease is a box full of darkness that has plenty of gifts in it. And I choose to milk those gifts for all it's worth, because that's why I'm having the experience, not as a punishment the way I was once taught in the religion of my upbringing. It's a gift. It's a gift. And so maybe it is that you're struggling with money, that you're broke, you struggle, you don't have enough, you never have enough, that's your biggest complaint, I don't have enough. That's an example, right, of how we forget that it is simply the soul's calling to a higher understanding or a deeper understanding, or maybe you're just really lonely. I find it interesting. I found it interesting many years ago that I often was more lonely in relationship than out of it. That was very telling. I don't understand loneliness anymore. I don't relate to it anymore at all. I never feel lonely. I can't imagine feeling lonely on a planet with 7-8 billion people. And so I've had to shift my mindset around that, because the company between myself with the small s and self with the greater S is quite interesting and fulfilling. That just means that we spend more time in that relationship to fill up, so we don't have to go look for crumbs out there, literal or figuratively. And so it's really about a deeper listening, right? It's a deeper listening from love, capital L, from soul, from spirit, which leads to remembering, oh, right, I am whole, perfect, and complete. The love I seek is already within me. I just haven't believed it or received it. It's not radical enough yet. It invites us to be fully present with what is, with who we are, with what we're experiencing, with what we're feeling, and withholding any kind of judgment. Because the ego mind, which we need, we're never going to get rid of the ego, well, maybe when we die, but the ego mind needs the soul, and the soul needs the ego mind, because together they are in a dance. And so it's the ego mind that tends to want to be in the past, maybe not consciously, or in the future. But it's the soul that's only able to be in the present. So if we allow all that to happen, there is a space of remembering, a space of deepening, and a space of knowing that actually opens the heart. Opens the heart. I know for me, in the last few months, as I am having this healing experience, that it's very easy to just remember it's all about love. It's all about love, and there's so much love in and around me that I feel overflowing, which is such a weird thing, because it's so unfamiliar to be in a challenge and yet be blissed out by love. Because that's the invitation, that's my commitment. So the soul of our being is most real. Our ego nature is not so real because it's changing all the time. But the soul, the spirit, your soul is your most real aspect. And it wants to be lived. It wants to be experienced. It wants to be felt. It's also extremely generous. So whenever we feel tight, or when we withhold, or we feel resentment, or we feel struggle, it's a good awareness that we are a little stuck in our history, that we're a little contracted, which is okay, just being aware, and that we are withholding. Because the spirit, the soul, is extremely generous, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And so we want to just notice and keep asking ourselves, what is mine to do, to bring, to heal, in order to stitch that new garment? And as we stitch that new garment, we often find ourselves at a fork in the road. Which way do I go? What do I choose? What is mine to do? What is mine to be? And it requires slow motion. It does for me, and I think it does for most people, to just slow down, to just sit, to just be, to just feel, and to begin to have that holy conversation with your essential self, because it has everything you need. It has all that information that you need. Ernest Holmes says, we must transcend the appearance. The appearance of what? Lack, limitation, loss, disease, struggle, fear, worry, anxiety, you name it. He says we must transcend the appearance, even though we admit it as a fact. But yeah, it's there. We are not so cold-blooded as to say to a person with pain, there is no such thing as pain. That is not our idea or purpose. We admit the fact. It's quite a different thing to admit its necessity. That's from Science of Mind book, page 213. And then in the glossary, he talks about non-resistance. That's a beautiful thing, to not resist and to just allow, and to keep tweaking our own consciousness, and to keep opening to radical love. He says, fighting any adverse condition only increases its power over us, because we're making a reality of it. Someone has said that the language of resistance is pain. But non-resistance finds the harmony of the universe and swings into its motion. But non-resistance, oh, I said that already, say it again. But non-resistance finds the harmony of the universe and swings into its motion, going with the stream of power which nourishes and protects. Resistance is the offspring of fear and ignorance. Non-resistance is the offspring of love. And so we get to simply, can it be that simple? Yeah, it's that simple. Choose love. To choose love. And to allow love to speak, love to inform us. You know, I've done that for a long time. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes I say, nah. Right? You all have, I'm sure. And that's okay too. Because even allowing that, I found at one point in my life where I just started laughing at myself. And I just went, girl, look at you. And it's okay. Because even in that moment, there is room for radical self-love. There is a divine perfection happening all the time, even when we're in resistance. As long as we notice it and we honor it and we don't complain about it. It just is. And so we witness suffering. At the same time, we ask, how do I contribute my love in this moment? Maybe it's a prayer, just a prayer. Maybe it's an act. Maybe it's a smile. Maybe it's a touch. Maybe it's a gift of some kind. Maybe it's social activism. But something in you already knows what that is, and we follow it. We ask ourselves, what wants to be loved? What wants to be lived? What wants to be revealed by me? Because each of us, as unique individualized expressions, have a unique living, loving, and contributing to do. And then maybe we ask the question, what's in the way, if we don't know yet what that is? What do I need to release? It's that visioning process, right? And that's true for and within yourself. That's true in community, whether it's your family, your town, here at Center for Spiritual Living Morristown, because without your contribution, we will die. Because we are a community. So each of us must contribute in some way, shape, or form. And so we listen to what that is, and we make sure it's from love. I recently got to talk to some people who aren't happy with what we're doing at our community. They're not happy with the fact that we're selling the building. They're not happy with a long list, right? That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm grateful that they're communicating with me, because I know many people aren't. Because it's in the conversation that we create something new. But my question is, contribute in a way that stitches the new garment. Because that's the old normal doesn't exist anymore. It can't come back. This is a new normal, and we get to create it, co-create it together by bringing our unique talents and gifts. And there's no resentment at all, in any way, shape, or form. There's just the invitation. Be a part of it in the way that you are called, that your soul is calling you, that reflects love and heal what's in the way. The beauty is that you already know what that is. You already know. You may not be conscious of it, but something in you already knows. And that's the gift. Amongst the darkness, all the darkness that we've experienced, that the world is still experiencing, we get to contribute our light to heal the darkness in the world. That's a blessing, more so because we know, we're aware of it, and so it is. So, we invite you to explore our virtual world and to share it with as many people as we can. We have a weekly constant contact. There's And we are not teaching flourishing, which is a workshop I've created that started last week, but I'm going to be teaching it for our Center for Spiritual Living in Philadelphia, Greater Philadelphia, in July. So the flyer is on the back table, so those of you that still want to participate, it's a 5-week class and it's going to be a lot of fun. And then the last Sunday in June, we have Elaine Silver presenting her Sunday celebration for us, and then she's doing a Beatleology workshop afterwards. That flyer is on the back too. We send that out as well. Please register in advance so we know that you're coming. And we have a really cool book sale going on. The books are either $5 or $10. All of the stuff back there is so much fun, and it's a really great bargain. And we have some plants that Jean Lee brought in for us that have been blessed by me and the practitioners, so you might want to get a plant as a little fundraiser for our center. And we are so grateful and so glad that you're here, those of you who are here in person, and that you're here virtually. We trust that a little inspiration can go a long way. And I want to thank all the volunteers, and I'm going to close now with a healing treatment. It's kind of like a double dose opening closing treatment. So I invite you to close your eyes and just place your hands on your heart. Because even though I say I, my, me, I speak from and to our higher self. The essence of each of us that is all of one essence, the one life, the one love, the infinite presence we call God, Buddha, Allah, the divine, the infinite intelligence, truth with a capital T, that is everywhere present, in everyone, everything, all the time. And right now, I open my mind and my heart to this awareness in a new way. I look at it in a new way. I open to it in a new way. I trust it in a new way. I surrender to it in a new way. A way that is already infused with divine, infinite, unconditional love. I feel more receptive and worthy than I ever have before, because my word has power and dissolves anything that is in the way, whether I'm conscious of it or not. I trust my divine unfolding and my evolution. I bless all of it that has come before, and realize all of it is what I now stand upon as my foundation, and I step up with great courage. The good news is this is already available to me and already within me. And so I am more alive, more awake, more grateful, more blessed. This is my starting point. And the universe meets me there, because it always meets me where I am and demonstrates, manifests that inner awareness. I trust this process because it is never ending. And so if something has been missed, I decide it's fine, it will come around again. I trust it comes around in a more gentle, compassionate way. And so love now leads the way in a new way, and I gladly follow, and so it is.
I am healthy, I peaceful sleep. I am home. This I know. I am home. This I know. I am safe and I am whole. This is the truth I know. When I open up my heart, I let spirit guide my flow. As I move throughout my day, I count the blessings as I go. As I lay back down to rest, I say thanks and it is so. I am home. This I know.